Good day dear chess lovers, Soren here, and in today's video I want to share with you a game with which Alireza Firouzja made history. By winning this game at the age of 18 years 5 months, Alireza Firouzja became the youngest player to achieve 2800 milestone. With this achievement, he also broke a record. He broke the previous record of 18 years and 336 days held by the reigning world chess champion Magnus Carlsen. Now, as you can see in the world ranking list, Firouzja is the second highest rated player. This game is from 2021 European Team Championship. We are in round 9. On the black side is Shakhriyar Mamedyarov, and Firouzja opened up with e4. Mamedyarov answered with e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4. Italian game is on the board, and we see the so-called Giuoco Pianissimo, a very quiet game. Usually in this opening we don't see dashing sacrifices, but instead the players are heading towards a positional play. Long maneuvers are something which can be seen very often in this opening. Knight bd2, bishop e6. Other alternatives are a4, bishop b6, bishop a7, but in the game black offered the exchange of light squared bishop, voluntarily got doubled pawns on the e-file, but in return managed to open up the f-file for the rook, something which later can allow him to organize a kingside attack. Meanwhile, this time white is offering the exchange of dark squared bishop, but is recapturing with the rook. a4, knight d2, d5, rook e2, b5. Well, actually at this point playing d4 is better, something which could allow black to get rid of these weaknesses. Black is just doing great, but in our game after rook e2 we have b5, and after e takes d5, knight takes d5, suddenly these doubled pawns seem to become very vulnerable. Not a pleasant scene, of course. Knight f4, rook f3, queen e8. According to Stockfish, better is trying to repeat the moves. But in our game we have queen e8. By the way, let me tell you that if knight takes d3, then you can play queen e3 and then queen takes b5. In the game we have queen e8 and g3. g3 is a very strong move. White is sacrificing the pawn on h3, but in return is managing to create further weaknesses in opponent's camp, get rid of that active knight, and also something which later can be useful, white is also opening up the h-file for the rook. Although making use of that fact turns out to be not an easy task. Rook h1, there we have it. White rook is occupying that open file. And we have queen takes c6. Black is temporarily sacrificing the knight, but in return, of course, now win back white knight. A trick which leads to simplifications. At the moment we have queen takes e6, queen f7, and the queens are also gone. So we are in rook and pawn endgame, and as you know, these endgames are very tricky. Everything can happen in rook and pawn endgames. Rook takes g6 check, king f7, rook c6. Meanwhile, both rooks are hurrying to munch anything possible. c4, rook takes b2, check, king e6, rook c6 check. Let me tell you that we have an equality, but of course white has a slight initiative and black has to be very careful. Yes, an utmost precision is required from black side to keep the balance. Rook b3, rook a6, and the pawns on b and a files also dropped. Now I guess that it's good now to turn to lichess.org board, because now we can use table base. This 7-piece table base can be now successfully used. As you can see, this is a drawn endgame, but everything is not so easy. f3, rook a5 check, king f6, king f1, rook b3, king e2. After white rook restricted the movement of black king. This time white tried to activate his king, but now it's black rook which is covering the third rank, keeping white king under control. And now white is trying his luck in a different way, seeing that there is no way to make a progress with the king. With this rook maneuver, white is taking under control the f file in order then to try to make use of this g pawn. The king is successfully neutralized, and now white can try to make use of the pawn, but still you can see that the engine, the table base, evaluates the position as drawn. And so we reached the critical position. This is move 48. We reached the critical position where Mamedyarov made a serious mistake. Let me tell you that this position had also been seen in 1908 in a game played between Richard Teichmann and Semyon Alapin. Interestingly, back in 1908 in Prague, Alapin found the best defense and played rook f3. Yes, as you can see in here, rook f3 is the only move which is allowing black to draw. If here, then here, and the pawn endgame is drawn. King f4, and yeah, but in our game we have king d4 by Mamedyarov, which is losing. The problem with this move is that black king is cut away, and now white can successfully make use of his g-pawn, and there is no defense. Here we go, a few more moves were made and Mamedyarov resigned. I guess king d5 was not even made, right? In here he resigned. He just put the king on d5 in order then white could put his king on e4, thus demonstrating in order the engine could understand that white won the game. Yeah, just no way to stop white. Maybe we can take a look at one of the possible lines how white can win. Here, both moves are winning, right? Check, here. Yeah, it's over. Black can't do anything. That's why resignation followed very quickly. This is it, dear chess lovers. It's very interesting, right, that we reached a position which had been seen earlier back in 1908, and nowadays a top-rated grandmaster is not finding rook f3. All hail, of course, to Semyon Alapin. Congratulations to Firouzja. I can't wait seeing him and also Arjun Erigaisi competing at World Rapid and Bullish Championship, and also would be great if we will see them, especially Firouzja, in a new classical tournament. Impatiently waiting for those events to happen, and in the end let's also solve a chess puzzle where the task is to win with the white pieces. As usual, we'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in my next video.